we don't want any of that.
None of that Nazi shit.
Donate $1 or $5.
Get your Proud Boy shirts. Anti-Nazi, for those who don't understand anything. Get your Proud Boy shirt.
Hey, don't choke on that boot.
Put the racists with the pedophiles in the wood chipper.
Yep. Wood chipper goes brrr.
Cowboy boot looking status fuck. They love to hang around, don't they? Right behind.
So how do you feel right now, carrying your gun and being here to feel in charge?
Happy?
We feel charged before every protest, so.
Yeah.
Smell America right there. Feel free.
I'm disappointed at the people I see complying with the city ordinance because they're too cowardly to actually open carry, including BCDL and the Proud Boys.
Oh, really? BCDL didn't? Oh.
They're following the
They're
local
convoying in.
ordinance.
They want to comply with the law. There'll be people there that are armed, but they have not pushed for an armed protest because they want to obey. They want to decode that boot just a little bit more.
They organized last year's lobby.
Yes, they did.
They had bathrooms too, didn't they?
Yeah, right?
Guess lucky.
We can't do it that easy, boys.
So where did you guys come down from?
We're from here.
We're all Virginia.
Yeah. Were you guys here last year?
We were.
How do you think it's going to compare this year to last year?
Clearly, they passed new gun laws after we told them not to.
Yeah, on September 8th, they made it illegal to open carry here. Any protest or event that should be permitted.
So we're openly defying that local ordinance.
And what do you think? You think that was an appropriate thing for them to do?
No, absolutely not.
Why we're disobeying now.
93% of localities in the state of Virginia have claimed Second Amendment sanctuary status, meaning that's an overwhelming majority that say they want no more gun laws. That's local PDs saying they won't enforce them, local sheriff's departments saying they won't enforce them. The line in the sand is gun laws.
Yeah. And so after last week, what happened at the Capitol, I mean, what are your thoughts as to everything that transpired there?
I think they run in for the wrong reasons. None of us like Trump, so, but they call the halls of Congress the people's house. They work for us.
And I saw, obviously, you saw some Proud Boys trying to sell some merch.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Proud Boys? I mean, is that something that, do they align in any way?
We put racists where we put the pedophiles in the wood chipper.
Yeah.
So we know how they roll.
Oh, yeah.
We stand for everybody. They stand for themselves.
And so, do you believe in the Black Lives Matter movement? I know that you guys have taken part.
We've partnered with the Black Lives Matter 757, the local chapter. Yes, Jafar Jones. We don't necessarily align with their beliefs, but we will give them a platform to speak on, and we will defend them and their rights. At any of the protests we've been at, there's never been arrests, there's never been violence. So I'd say that's success. The pedophiles and the racists. In the wood chipper. And the wood chipper goes brr.
And what do you guys hope to, I guess, get from today? What do you want to show or prove today?
I enjoy talking to all you guys because every single one of you asked if we're a racist, white supremacist, right-wing movement. When we're all a bunch of freedom-loving, libertarian people who speak for the people. We're not statists. We don't worship politicians. We believe all the power lies in the people.
And what about the reports? I know that this is still, you haven't been convicted yet, but what happened in San Jose and also Minneapolis? Quote-unquote boogaloo, killing the sheriff's deputy. And
We define ourselves as a defensive organization. We're clearly not going to throw the first stone, but we will defend ourselves. We don't accept accelerationists. We don't push for any violence ever.
So the person that allegedly murdered the
So I wouldn't
deputy,
call him a real boogaloo boy.
We're not out looking for a fight, but if one comes to us, we're prepared.
If there must be war, let it begin with us.
And so let's say you guys were, outside the Capitol last week. Would you have done anything to protect the Capitol?
No, because we've been at Black Lives Matter protests, and if we see a looting type situation, we remind them that their fight is not with that local business. Their fight is with their oppressors. So we would direct them to the government, not their fellow. You don't oppress your fellow citizen because you're being oppressed. You oppress your oppressor.
Are you guys worried about the current tension situation? There is all this in the media, online.
The media said the same thing about Lobby Day last year, but 26,000 armed citizens with 60,000 guns stood where we're standing right now.
Not so much not about the rally, but the general political tension, the worries that something might happen.
They use that as a scare tactic. They try to get us to stop doing what we're doing.
The media is trying to divide our country more than politicians have.
When you have 49% of the population told to hate the other 51% of the population, what do you expect to happen? And that's constantly drilled into the minds of people.
So, who do you guys expect to show face today? Obviously, we see some Proud Boys.
I know Black Lives Matter is at the Black Lives Matter circle, I think having a cookout or something. And that's a group we're affiliated with, the 757 Black Lives Matter.
So there has been a kind of a partnership between you guys.
We stand with anybody as long as they're peaceful. Once you cross the line, you're no longer peaceful. We can't stand with you because that's not what the Constitution tells you to do.
Yeah.
The First Amendment is peaceful assembly, and that's what we're about.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
So last number you want to
Chicago in these neighborhoods, then we lose the blue.
kind of ask a big question. I think it's a mutual respect, human to human. I'm not going to cause harm to you. You don't want there's that base of understanding.
I'm going to be in a Netherlands newspaper that I'll never see.
I think it put a lot of things into chaos. So today, there aren't that many participants today because of that and other things.
I mean, that's what happened when I was my
I really don't know what happened. There's a lot of things that are still being investigated. Again, like I was saying.
Are you from Florida?
I'm just an American registered supporter of the Constitution. I really don't know. Whichever administration takes over from here in the future, they have a lot of...
Hey, Sandy.
Oh, hi. Proud Boys over there.
Excuse us.
What? All right.
Stay right here for a second. We're bringing a gift back for our wonderful governor and the mayor of this this city. We're going to be bringing a gift to lay over here. I do not know where this gift came from. We have not done anything with it. It was given to us by someone anonymously. We'll be delivering it. Just stand by for like 3 minutes.
Mike, you say that again?
We'll be delivering a gift to the governor and the mayor. This gift was given to us anonymously. I do not know who it was that gave it to us. We have not harmed it in any way, but we will be delivering it right here.
Mike, give us a hint. What is it?
It's just a little statement.
Is this a carcass of some kind?
Not yet.
Is it? It's going to become a carcass here in front of us?
No.
Okay.
It's a lot more simpler than what y'all making it be, but it's going to make a nice statement.
Okay.
We'll work on the carcass idea later.
God, now we're giving you guys a hint.
Yeah, thank you, press.
Looks like we got new hours.
You guys are better boogs than we are.
Mike, do you consider this a recruiting day?
Every day's a recruiting day. I see it exactly like I saw it when I was in the Corps. Every chance to talk to somebody to recruit, we're going to do the same thing here. Some of these boys have served, they know how to do it.
What are you?
Mike, does the military condone this kind of stuff?
Why don't you ask them? I would say no.
Fair enough.
We no longer fall under a chain
Yeah,
command that we
so-
have to answer to.
Right.
We have our own voice now. So
That must be liberating.
Halfway.
I
We're
miss
trying to liberate everybody the rest of the way.
I miss my brothers.
Yeah, that's about it.
But you guys
I
are
will
new
say
ones.
that there is a lot of people in the military that support us and stand with us. They just can't do it openly.
Are we?
Do you think we're going to see that on the inauguration day?
Don't say that. I was like, it's not even time.
Nope.
No. Yeah.
What would your biggest online recruiting platform be?
I'm not going to answer that
won't say.
question.
We don't have online recruiting.
We're running out.
Was it us trying?
What are your plans for
Hey,
Wednesday?
it worked out while we had it, so.
Our platform's right here when you come to talk.
Yeah, y'all are our recruiting platform. Thank you all.
What are your plans for Wednesday?
We're going to see what happens.
Watch it on TV.
Yeah, I'm going to sit at home and watch it on TV. Joe Biden won the presidency, let him be seated. He starts coming after firearms even harder than Trump did. Trump violated the Constitution himself. But when Joe Biden does it even worse, we'll stand against him as well.
What did Trump do?
He supported violations of the Second Amendment. He supported violations of the Fourth Amendment and endorsed those. So if, you know, that's enough for me to say, yeah, this guy's not a constitutionalist. He's not what our country needs. Along with being a complete idiot.
Who is your perfect president? Do you have anyone in mind?
I don't have anyone in mind currently. I know that I really like Spike Cohill. He was the vice president nominee for the Libertarian Party this year. If we don't go to war in the next couple of years, it'd be nice to see him run in 2024.
I'd like to have somebody support.
Yep. Everybody. Not the ones that are for BLM, but not the other side, and not the ones that are for MAGA, but not for BLM, but somebody that's for everybody having the right to peacefully protest. Yeah, y'all are our recruiting platform. Thank you. Yeah, I got
Oh. They're going to listen to his name and enforce that.
Yeah.
I really like their.
He's all double dog.
I'd rather not answer that right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Another question is, does it matter?
Hey, let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Can you read that word?
I can.
Can you read this?
Yes, I can.
That word.
I can.
So I don't see how it matters. To be fair. Just to be fair, brother. Just to be fair.
I hear you. There's a question that people want to
They have like a
ask questions that people I want to.
You guys mind opening up a little bit?
Can I hear what you're saying as well? Thank you.
What are the biggest misconceptions about the Boogaloo Boys?
That we're far right. We're literally centrist and libertarians with a lot of anarchists. So it's kind of hard to be far right when you literally fight Proud Boys in multiple state capitals. You stand against racism, and you're a libertarian. It's kind of hard to be far right. But the media continues to say that we're far right, even though we literally tell them about ourselves that we're not. They continue to say that we are. So
What do you attribute that to?
we attribute it to the fact that generally the people comfortable open carrying are white people. So generally it attracts more white people, and they like to claim that and say, oh, it's a bunch of white guys. They're going to be far right. They don't seem to understand that there's a lot of us out here that don't want to identify with the right or the left.
Armed minorities are harder to arrest.
actually, it was pretty quick.
What was that? Armed minorities are harder to arrest.
Actually, Kylie
Guys, can we open this up more? We can make it wider. We can all fit in here.
Not shooting, that's who we're talking to?
We can all widen out. There we go. More
I'm backing up.
Thank you.
Back up.
Should they continue to just stand there and not listen to anyone? It is not shooting? That's who we're talking to? Consideration for other people.
You back up a bit with us? Don't mind.
No, more of us could film if you move back.
Everybody's asking you.
Yeah, they might try. My face is the one that the police know. They might try to serve me with a civil fine.
For what?
Like $500. The fun thing is that they're not going to arrest me. They're going to have to resort to that fine, which opens it up for us to beat it in court and policy.
What is it for?
Say again.
What was that? What would it be for?
We're open carrying at any event or protest that should be permitted. That's the wording of the ordinance, along with rocking 40-round mags, which is double the legal limit here in the city.
What would happen if they tried to arrest you?
We will exercise our Second Amendment the way it was intended to prevent that from happening.
You'll shoot at the cops?
Say again. Sorry, my radio keeps coming to my ear.
Are you saying that if you try to get arrested, you'll shoot back at the cops?
I said that we'll use the Second Amendment the way that it was intended. We will defend ourselves.
Okay.
Every time my boys come to this stuff, they come with the understanding that they could be arrested, and they come with the understanding that they refuse to be arrested. I hope that paints a picture for you.
Mike, what do you think of the crowd size today?
I think it'll grow after 12.
Why? Are more people just coming
Yeah,
in?
that's when the convoys are supposed to hit.
There's like 8 buses of more.
Where will the convoys be arriving? Do you know? And
I do not. You'll have to ask bootlicker Philip Van Cleve of the BCDL.
Hey Mike, can you tell us about the significance of Duncan Lamb?
Yeah, he was killed during a no-knock raid in Maryland, 21 years of age. He was a boy like the rest of us, and they entered his home and murdered him in his bed.
And I mean, what do you think about the release of the body camera footage?
I think it proved that there was a lot of stuff messed up with that scene. It made me sick, it broke my heart, and I want those police officers to answer for it. They already went through the whole court process and said they're not going to charge him, but they'll answer to somebody, I promise you that.
What do you think it's most important people should know about Duncan?
That he's innocent, just like Breonna Taylor.
Mike, what's the breaking point?
Well, I guess the breaking point would be right now, right here, if they wanted to come arrest us, but they don't want to do that. So the breaking point is going to be up to our police officers and the government officials.
No, I mean, I don't mean today, right here, right now. I mean, culturally, I mean, what are you guys looking for as your sign to, you know, rise up?
Well, this is pretty much rising up. If they decide they want to step to us, it's on. This is us rising up. It's just not us going on the offense yet. We're playing defense. So if they decided to strike against us today or any day we're out here protesting, you'll have your boogaloo.
I mean, this feels like a precipice.
Say again?
This feels like a precipice. Do you feel similarly?
Maybe. Hey, y'all got zoom in on there.
why you protect the scene.
What would your terms of engagement be with the police? Arrest, or would you have to be
Second
fired
Amendment
at?
to defend ourselves against any arrest, which means being at the ready. And if something goes south, we'll defend ourselves to any means possible.
But they got more people with more guns.
Say again?
I mean, there's more cops with more firearms. I mean, you guys can't take down a full U.S. military, right?
You're looking at the group that we choose for you to see.
Fair enough. So you guys think the Boogaloo movement is strong enough to take down the U.S. military?
I think that a lot of the U.S. military is the Boogaloo movement.
Fair enough. I wasn't recording.
Say less.
Great.
Sure, someone else got it.
I got it. Thanks.
Hey boys.
That's the scariest thing you said all day.
Yeah.
Well, it's not scary. It's not true. This is our gift we're getting.
I enjoyed the 7.62. Got a lot of stopping power.
Yeah.
Ammo's hard to find.
Is B-Mac out here today, or are they doing their own thing? Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
They're getting all upset about it being on Facebook. Yeah.
How many guys do you guys expect today?
I have no idea.
What are you hoping for?
Shit, 1 million. Anybody would be more than that. Shit, we can. Yeah, I'd be happy for 1,000 or more.
And have you, you know, with you guys partnering with Black Lives Matter, have they said that they're going to bring Black Lives Matter activists out here today?
I have no idea. You have to speak with Mike on that one.
Okay.
I just get the call now.
We got calls with him.
Definitely everybody.
Hey, press, why don't we all back up, make it wider? Let's all back up.
Mike, how many years did you serve in the military?
I served a year before I ended up having nerve damage around my heart.
What branch?
I was in the United States Marine Corps. I wouldn't rep it if I wasn't in it.
Got it. Are you doing OnlyFans?
Oh, why wouldn't I?
What's the link?
Hi everyone, Andrew Kimmel live in Richmond, Virginia, where armed demonstrators are here gathering outside the Virginia State Capitol. As of right now, we're just following a crew of some Boogaloo boys. We've been told that there's 8 buses of Proud Boys that are on their way now. But as of right now, it's really just a shit ton of press.
Mike, what about when those people's rights infringe on other people's rights?
Say again?
There's potential First Amendment rights for everyone, but what if one group's First Amendment rights is infringing on another group's First Amendment rights?
It's an impossibility for one group's First Amendment rights to infringe upon another's First Amendment rights. They have to actually put an action in on that. And if some, sorry, my radio keeps playing. If somebody, like Proud Boys, wanted to try to forcibly push somebody, instead of just peacefully asking, hey, leave or call them trouble, if they want to like start putting in each other, then that's going to be an issue.
Okay, so when violence comes into it, then it's no longer
if violence, if there is violence mixed with suppression of free speech or public property, that's a violation of the Constitution.
So how do you mix anarchy and constitutionalism?
Who said I'm an anarchist?
Well, several Boogaloo members are anarchists, right?
There are. I speak for my group, not the Boogaloo. I speak for Last Sons of Liberty, which is a branch of the Boogaloo.
Last Sons of Liberty.
Yes, your constitutional adherents.
Got it.
Zulu. Hey, Tim Buck says he went around this way and went back to the Capitol. Well, y'all about to start walking again.
So we were all told to follow this guy, because he was giving a statement. He just walked around the block, away from the Capitol. Now they're saying that we're going to walk back, but it's kind of strange because like pretty much everyone from the press followed these guys. So I'm going to head back to where we were before, near the Capitol. I hope you guys could hear me. Let me know. I'm going to be checking Facebook and Twitter. This is the new camera that has the Wi-Fi built in, so I hope it's coming in loud and clear and that it's working out. So yeah, let me know, share, retweet, appreciate it. If you guys have questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them and conduct interviews with people that are here.